As soon as the sun rose, they packed up their campsite and left. They never found out who, or what, was out there that night. But one thing was certain, they would never go camping in those woods again. Imagine this, you're deep in the woods of Colorado, surrounded by nothing but trees, the sound of a crackling campfire, and the occasional howl of the wind. It's peaceful, serene, until it's not. This is the story of two friends who went camping and experienced something they'll never forget. Let's dive in. It all started on a cool autumn evening. Cody and his cousin decided to go camping in the middle of the week to avoid the crowds. They parked near a picnic area and hiked about 15 minutes into the woods to find the perfect spot. A clearing big enough for 2 tents, a campfire, and a portable stove. Everything seemed perfect. Cody, being the experienced Eagle Scout, took charge. He set up his tent in minutes, while his cousin struggled with his for over 20 minutes. They gathered wood, started a fire, and Cody began cooking steaks and burgers. The smell of food filled the air, and for a moment, everything felt right. As the sun set and darkness enveloped the forest, the two friends sat by the fire, cracking open beers and playing classic rock on a portable speaker. They laughed, told stories, and enjoyed the moment. But then, they heard it. A strange humming sound, followed by footsteps. At first, they thought it was their imagination. But the sounds grew louder. Cody paused the music, and the forest fell silent, except for the humming and footsteps. Someone, or something, was out there. They tried to brush it off, thinking it was just another camper. But then, out of nowhere, a large stick came flying into their campsite. It didn't fall from a tree, it was thrown. Cody yelled into the darkness, "Whoever's out there, get a life." But there was no response. Just more footsteps, walking away. At this point, they were on edge. They decided to take turns keeping watch throughout the night. Cody took the first shift, reading a book by the fire, while his cousin went to sleep in his tent. In the middle of the night, Cody's cousin woke up to a strange sound. He opened his eyes and saw a head peeking into his tent. He thought it was Cody, waking him up for his turn to keep watch. But something felt off. He called out, "Cody. Is it my turn?" But the head didn't respond. Instead, the zipper of the tent suddenly closed, and the head disappeared. Confused and terrified, he unzipped his tent and looked outside. The fire was dead, and Cody was nowhere to be seen. He rushed to Cody's tent and found him fast asleep. When he woke Cody up, they both realized the horrifying truth: someone else had been at their campsite. Someone had been watching them. They spent the rest of the night in the same tent, clutching their bear spray, listening to the sounds of footsteps and branches cracking in the distance. As soon as the sun rose, they packed up their campsite and left. They never found out who, or what, was out there that night. But one thing was certain: they would never go camping in those woods again.